Hello fellow compatriots, this is your host Tributron here, and today we have a very special occasion as we're hitting it back into Bionicle, and we got something a new design. Yes, it's a similar function from something that you've seen before, but I have compressed it down in such a way where it's much more efficient and furthermore much more reliable than previous designs seen in the Throwbots and or slices, whichever you want to call them. Yes, a simple design. You might be knowing, might already know where I'm going with this. Since you saw the title down below, we are going to be reviewing a matoran, one the Tahunga, even though the name was changed from Tahunga to matoran. But oh well, it's alright, it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, let's get we're going to be reviewing a Lee Matoran from Lee Koro. This is a made-up character that I have created. It's more of a blank slate character. It's not based off of, it's like one of those filler characters, probably you may have seen him in Minogue. You could imagine seeing him in Minogue playing probably the drums or something like that. Just a filler character. Well, anyways, enough explanations. Let's get down to the meat ingredient and show you some new designs. So let's get on with it, fellow compatriots. Oh, great. There goes my eye again. I really had to fix that. Come on. Both eyeballs. Both of my eyes are doing this. Oh my goodness. Get up. Thank you. I really need to work on the mechanism in my eyes. I really do. But anyways, enough complaining. Let's get on with it. To the review! Behold, fellow compatriots, this is Mardook. And I'd have to say, this is a masterpiece rendition of what a Tahunga design would look like. I tried to make a masterpiece design. Now let's go and compare some traits to the original body parts, specifically the matoran feet that we all came to know and love. Remember these little feet? I tried to replicate the design, trying to nitpick everything and try to figure out how things function. So you may be noticing I replicated the toe design over here, the toes. So he has little toes that bend, so he has posable toes, and the heel design over here, this little loop, I replicated that as well, and the angular section right over here that you can tell, like an angular, I replicated that angular design as well. As you can see, it's like angled, slanted, it's not, even at all. This little bar over here, I replicated down over here, so it's like a ankle guard. I imagine that's what it is, like an ankle guard, more than a joint than anything else. It could also be a joint, it also seems like it could have been a joint, but I designed it in a way where it's like an ankle guard. And yeah, and this little section right here, the tippy top, it's kind of like this flat section over here. So he looks like as if he's wearing like little boots, which is adorable. He's an adorable little dude. Now, like always, let's get down to posability and then to the functionality, which is the most enjoyable part, I believe. So, feet, they move forward this far, and, oh wait. Hold on, I got it. Since it's in an angle, it's hard for me to, okay, so goes forward this far, goes back this far, so decent range. For tilt, you got
a great range of tilt, a great range, so you can put him in a lot of dynamic poses. The toes move up this far, and they can curl downward all the way. So you can curl up his little toes if you want. Now I'm going to be making more matoran in this design since it is parts efficient and not as costly as the Movieverse Takua figure design that I've made. But I will still make Jawler in the Movieverse design nonetheless. So, legs, great range. I mean, the center of the leg is literally like that. Oh wait, you can't even see that because my hand is in the way, so like that, you know, that's the center right there. It's a weird angle, so I would say because it's it's very elusive. It looks like as if his knee didn't bend at all because how elusive the design is. But in retrospect, it would probably be from straight to 90 degrees. I would say 90 degrees. Probably. Okay, so he can do the full splits like so. So he does the full Van Dam and beyond because it's a ball joint. Forward movement, back movement. I mean, he could do the full 360 on the legs if you so wanted him to. He can also lose his arm. At least he doesn't lose it as crazily as the frickin' Borak Vod I made. So he gets a little wiggle waggle in the leg here. His waist, I did a simple design with the waist. I didn't went too crazy with it because I tried to do piston design, but how compact the waist is, I decided not to. So he gets full wiggly waggly movement. He can bend forward this far, and he can bend back 90 degrees. So he has a lot of range in the back, but not so much in the front. Due to this, like, cutout over here, it makes it lean forward a lot more easier. So, yeah. Alright, so, arms. They can do a full 360. It can go up this far. I mean, it's a ball joint, so you got a lot of range. Elbows. You can't see that. Let me turn Mardook in the other way around. There we go. Alright, so you got like a 45-degree... over 90 degrees. Over 90 degrees. I would say maybe 95, maybe 100. 100 might be a little bit too much, but oh well. He has no wrist swivel due to, you know, compensation for the gear function. Well, there's no gears in him, but it's still a function nonetheless. He can throw. He can throw. Now, you may be noticing, compared to previous designs that I've done with the throwing arm function, the thumb is smaller than this. Then the thumb, okay, fine, Mardook, you just take a rest. So, this is, Jet over here that I previously made. He has a throwing arm function. He is the first model that I've made with this function, and I made the thumbs especially long. However, I realized that it's much more efficient for the mechanism to work if the thumb was smaller, like one stud shorter. So basically, if you had a 2-stud long axle, the probability of it throwing is is more likely. So, his little thumb is on a bolt. Okay, let me twist you this way. Actually, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so, there we go. So, the thumb here... got a lot of wiggly waggly. You can move it a lot. His fingers, arm extend, there we go. They can bend up 90 degrees. They can bend down at least 1, 2, about like 2 clicks. 2 clicks down. So you can have him in a relaxed sorry for that cut there, fellow compatriots. So, you can have it in a relaxed hand posture, like I said previously. And also, you got excellent spread on the fingers as well, so you can probably do a lot of dynamic poses. I don't need the body to show the arm. Thank you, Mardook, for being helpful. So you can do in like a dynamic hand pose or something like that. I'm not so sure. I haven't tried it yet if he can stand on one hand. He probably could, but since this thumb is smaller, I'm not so sure. Now, the head. Let's angle the camera up a bit. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere after I go ahead and display his hands in a much more relaxed posture. Then I will go to the head review. There we go. I like his hands, you know, looking calm. So, you can look up this far. So, 90 degrees of bend. Leans down, bends his head down at least one click down. So, he can't look down too much, but I mean, he can look down enough. But if you really think about it, he's going to be looking up. It's like, hello, Liwa, how are you doing today? Kind of thing. You may have noticed I like the Kakama quite a lot. I mean, you've probably been seeing it a lot lately, especially on my self-mock. So, green Kakama, he got the dark green eye stock piece, red face. It's a great secondary color compared to the green. You may be noticing I keep adjusting this every single time in the review. That's because it's on a ball joint, so yeah. The breast swivel! It confirmed! Breast will swivel. If you call this posability, then sure, you can call it posability. But, I mean, it's the only way I could attach it due to the way the gear function works. Okay, now time for the mechanism. So, let's get this disc over here. This is like Akmu's disc, but I'm giving it to this guy at the moment because I don't have any of the old disc. I lost it. Along with my entire McDonald's, well, if you really think about it, I didn't have that big of a McDonald Tahunga collection at all. Did not have a big collection. If anything, it was tiny. It was tiny. I only had one, and that was Matoro. It's the only one I had. I should have built Matoro. I think I had enough pieces for him. There we go. So Mardook can hold the disc. What you do is you turn him around. There's this lever here. You're probably wondering why not pull on the arm itself. That is because the ball joint connection to the actual body itself, it's not a secure connection. Unlike freaking this guy over here, because he has a stopper at the end of the ball joint. It could not be fit in this compressed design. This design is very compressed compared to jets. So you pull on this, and he throws it. I'm not so sure if you saw that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do it in a different angle. I'm going to do it in a different angle. There we go. Maybe you'll be able to see this. Okay, that didn't throw that far. Let me go ahead and try that again. I want to do a good review. But at least his hand throws it no matter how tight you put the thumb. It still throws. Okay, that hit the thing and it went. It hit over there and then it ricocheted over here. Hopefully you guys saw that. I believe you did. So if you didn't, then just trust my word that it did. Probably the camera caught it. I should probably just be quiet. Anyways, so this is Mardook. No, just a regular old Tahunga. I will be doing more Bionicle MOCs for sure. I got another one along the way, but they're the Great Beings. Yes, I'm making my own rendition of the Great Beings. A matter of fact, I've already solved the story behind the great beings. I mean, I have a theory in how everything went according to the lifestyle and the history behind the great beings. I think I replicated some names as well for the great beings, so stay tuned for that. This became an update video and less of a review. Anyways, let's do some size comparisons, shall we? I'll explain more about the great beings in some other video. But anyways, here he is with Tequila. As you can see, you know, get an idea of how big Mardook is. So there's Tequila. Here is a Borakva. So a little bit taller than a Borakva. I mean, you had to think that the head is flat for the Borakva. But anyways, yeah, a little bit taller than the Borakva. Here he is with Tahu. In case if you built him already, you know, I did a how-to of this figure. So, oh, by the way, you may have noticed, I changed his waist. It's now red now. I found a red tube. I literally found a red tube, so, yeah. There we go. And, something a little bit closer to home, if you had a Bohatu growing up, here is that size comparison. I know, Bohatu's missing a leg. I know. But a little taller than the original Toa. I mean, I grew up with this toy. I grew up with this toy, and he's missing a leg. He's mostly intact, except for the ball. And anyways, out of the way. Get out of here. Anyway, so this is Mardook. I hope you enjoyed the video, and and the Borak are coming soon. But I need some limbs, guys. So, which means in order for me to make some new limb designs specifically for the Borak, I need some donations. So be sure to go to the description down below. Click on the link which will take you to my Patreon, where you can donate some money to me so that I will be able to make more designs like this. Right now, I am on reserves. I'm only making, like, whatever I can with the pieces that I have. And it was hard for me to make this figure, especially with the toes. I was digging for, like, hours trying to find 4 green toe pieces. I mean, come on, guys. Help a Kanohi wearer out. Anyways, that's enough of me complaining. So take it away, Lego Me, and I hope you all enjoyed.
Hello, my fellow compatriots. If you like this video, be sure to show your support by liking and going to my Patreon. And if you want to stay up to date through my latest content, make sure to subscribe. And like always, this is your host, Tributron here, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.